As I said, Senator, I believe that we're given the right set of powers for a co-regulatory framework.
So you're satisfied with the current regime?
Never ask a regulator if it wants more powers, Senator.
Why not? Why not? That's our job. That is our job. Because I'm going to ask you a few more questions in a moment. But the
powers that Senator, the powers that we have, I think, are appropriate.
Yes. All right. Okay.
So here we have the head of the Australian Communications and Media Authority, ACMA, the regulator established under an act of the Australian Parliament to ensure that our broadcast media does the right thing. That is, they don't tell absolute lies about something as basic as a pandemic. The head of ACMA, this regulatory authority, says that their model for governing this industry is one of co-regulation. That is, ACMA with the industry. Well, I don't have an intrinsic problem with that, but it means that ACMA should be able to initiate investigations of its own accord. What they did in the case of all this blatant disinformation by Murdoch's Sky Television News on COVID-19 was turn a blind eye. They didn't investigate anything. They had to wait for people in the public and others to draw their attention. Not good enough. This mob should be abolished and replaced with something which has genuine teeth.
What we're asking is whether Sky News, free to air, as opposed to just on subscription television, is abiding by their obligations.
We do not see evidence before us, Senator, Chair, through the complaint process that they aren't.
But you don't look for it, do you?
We do not have a monitoring role.
No.
that's right.
We don't have a monitoring role. We have a role which our responsibilities are enlivened when a complaint comes to us.
So here we have the head of the Australian Communications and Media Authority saying to the Australian Parliament, we, ACMA, the body established under an Australian Act of Parliament to regulate the broadcast media in this country, to make sure they do the right thing and don't present lies, outright lies. This authority says that they've got no responsibility whatsoever to actually monitor what the broadcast media are doing. Well, why on earth are we spending our taxpayer dollars on this institution in the first place? ACMA should be abolished. That's why we need a Royal Commission to recommend a replacement body with teeth that can ensure that outfits like Sky Television don't lie in the future about basic stuff concerning, for example, this pandemic.
Is it not the case that YouTube's decisions on Sky's content in fact demonstrate that the codes are not providing appropriate community safeguards?
I don't agree with that, Senator. I think YouTube has made decisions on content that we have not seen. So they have taken an approach of removing content. I don't know what that content is. I don't know whether that would have been caught by our codes of practice.
I see.
And I don't have before me the complaints that would enliven us to investigate.
Right.
I beg your pardon. This is the head of ACMA, the regulatory authority responsible for keeping our broadcast media honest and not tell lies about something as basic as COVID-19. What the regulator says is their excuse for not taking action against Sky Television was, we never saw the videos. Only YouTube did. For goodness sake, let me just say this to the head of ACMA. I will provide you with a copy of all the videos. We kept them before Sky Television pulled them down. And then I'm going to ask ACMA for their judgment as to whether these videos were appropriate content to be put over Australian commercial television, which is exactly what happened.